The importance of reading. Reading is a very good habit. Every child should read every day. Reading helps us learn many new things. It also makes our mind strong. Books are our best friends. They never leave us. They always teach us something good. That is why reading is very important for everyone, especially for small children. What is reading? Reading means looking at words and understanding them. When we read a book, we see letters and words. These words make sentences. Sentences tell us something. They tell us a story, a fact, or an idea. When we read slowly and carefully, we understand everything better. Children in class 2 read simple words, simple sentences, and small stories. This helps them learn bigger things later. Reading is the first step toward learning. Why is reading important? Reading is important because it helps us in many ways. It helps us in school, at home, and in life. Here are some simple reasons why reading is important for children. Reading helps us learn new words. When we read books, we see new words. We learn how to say them and how to use them. New words help us speak better. New words help us write better. When we know many words, we can talk to people easily. For example, when we read a story about animals, we learn names like tiger, lion, elephant, and giraffe. When we read a story about a family, we learn words like father, mother, sister, and brother. Reading makes us smart. Books teach us many things. They teach us about the world. They teach us about nature, animals, plants, food, planets, and more. They teach us what is right and what is wrong. When we read, our brain learns new things every day. This makes us smart. Smart children can answer questions. Smart children do well in class. Smart children can understand many things easily. Reading helps us in school. Reading helps us in every subject. If we read well, we can do well in English, maths, science, and EVS. When teachers teach something, we can understand it easily because we know how to read. Children who read every day get good marks. They do their homework faster. They enjoy studying because reading makes learning easier. Reading improves concentration. When we read a book, we sit quietly and focus on the words. This practice helps us concentrate. Concentration means focusing our mind on one thing. Children who read regularly can sit longer and study better. Reading improves imagination. When we read a story, we imagine what is happening. If the story talks about a forest, we imagine trees and animals. If the story talks about a fairy, we imagine magic and castles. Imagination makes our mind creative. Creative children can make new ideas. They can draw better, write better, and think better. Reading is fun. Reading is not only useful, it is also fun. Children enjoy storybooks with pictures. They enjoy stories about animals, fairies, kings, queens, friends, and superheroes. Reading a story makes us happy. It also helps us relax. When we feel sad or bored, reading a book can make us feel better. It takes us to a different world full of fun and joy. Books that children like. Children like many types of books. Here are some books they enjoy. Storybooks. Picture books, fairy tales, moral stories, animal stories, adventure stories, comics, poem books, alphabet books, small science books. These books are written in easy English. They have big pictures and small sentences. Reading builds good habits. Reading teaches us good habits. It tells us to be kind, to help others, to share, to be honest, and to be brave. Many stories have morals. Morals teach us how to behave. For example, The Lion and the Mouse teaches us that helping others is good. The Thirsty Crow teaches us not to give up. Cinderella teaches us to be kind. Children who read become good human beings. Reading helps us speak better. Children who read regularly speak clearly. They learn how to say words correctly. They learn how to make sentences. They become confident. When we speak well, we can talk to teachers, parents, and friends easily. Good speaking skills help us in school and in life. Reading helps us write better. Reading and writing are friends. When we read more, we write better. We know how to start a sentence and how to end it. We learn new words. We learn how to tell a story. Children who read daily write neat answers and good sentences in exams. Reading makes us confident. Confidence means believing in yourself. When we read and learn new things, we feel strong and brave from inside. We know that we can answer questions. We know that we can understand things. This makes us confident. Confident children participate in class. They ask questions. They give answers. They do activities without fear. Reading makes our memory strong. Reading helps us remember things. When we read a story, we remember the characters, the place, and what happened. This makes our memory strong. A strong memory helps us learn lessons faster. It helps us remember what the teacher taught in class. Reading helps us understand the world. Books take us to many places. They take us to the mountains, forests, oceans, and even outer space. They teach us about other countries, cultures, and people. They show us how big and beautiful the world is. Children who read understand the world better. They respect others. They understand that all people are different but equal. Reading helps us relax. Reading is peaceful. It calms our mind. When we read a good story, we forget our worries. Our heart feels happy. Reading is like a friend who talks to us softly. Even 10 minutes of reading every day can make us peaceful and relaxed. How to read every day? Here are some simple ways children can read every day. 1. Read one story every day. 2. Read picture books. 3. Read your school books. 4. Read with your parents. 5. Read with your friends. 6. Read before sleeping. 7. Read small poems. 8. Read simple sentences. 9. Read labels on things at home. 10. Read English words around you. Reading does not have to be difficult. Even small reading helps a lot. Reading with parents. Parents can help children read. They can sit with the child and read slowly. They can explain difficult words. They can show pictures in the book. Reading with parents makes children happy and confident. It also builds a strong bond of love. Reading with teachers. Teachers guide children in reading. They teach phonics, letters, sounds, and spelling. They help children read correctly. Class 2 teachers read stories in class. They explain the lessons. This helps children understand better. Reading in the library. A library is a place full of books. Children can visit the school library. They can see many colorful books. They can choose any book and read quietly. Libraries help children love reading. Stories make reading fun. Children learn best through stories. Stories make reading interesting. A long essay becomes easy when it has stories inside it. Here are small stories inside this essay to show why reading is good. Story 1. Ria learns to read. Ria was a class 2 girl. She did not like reading. She thought it was boring. One day, her teacher gave her a book about animals. The book had big pictures and small words. Ria started reading slowly. She enjoyed the story of the lion and the rabbit. After that day, Ria read one story every night. She became good at reading and got good marks too. Story 2. Arjun and the Library Book. Arjun went to the library and saw a book about space. He took the book home and read it with his father. He learned about planets, stars, and astronauts. Arjun became very interested in space. He now wants to become an astronaut when he grows up. Story 3. Meera's Confidence. Meera was a shy girl. She never spoke in class. Her teacher told her to read one page every day. Meera followed her advice. After 1 month, she knew many new words. She started speaking in class. Her confidence grew. Reading changed her life. Reading is the key to success. Reading helps us reach our dreams. If we want to become a doctor, engineer, teacher, scientist, or artist, we must read. Reading opens doors. Reading gives knowledge. Reading gives ideas. Reading helps us become successful. Reading is very important for children. It helps us learn new things, speak better, write better, and think better.